Hello everyone and welcome to Making It on Mondays. Today we're going to be talking about meditation and fertility. Now, Making It on Mondays is brought to you by the Acupuncture Pregnancy Clinic, which is an integrative traditional Chinese medicine clinic and an acupuncture clinic dedicated to reproductive health, to IVF support, and to pregnancy care. Now, these weekly sessions are designed to help and support those on their fertility journey and are all about empowering women and men who are trying to conceive through providing weekly workshops with relevant and research-based resources. Now, in these weekly sessions, we cover topics such as TCM fertility, nutrition, mindset, as well as tips from the experts both inside and outside of our clinic. Today, I am your host, and for those of you who don't know me, my name is Louise Jeffrey. I'm a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner, an acupuncturist, and a coach, and I've been in practice helping couples trying to conceive since 2010. So as I said, today we're going to be talking about meditation and fertility. And we're going to talk about whether meditation is actually worth it. Now, meditation and mindfulness have become such big buzzwords over the past 5 to 10 years. So we're going to look specifically at meditation, and we're going to look at its impact on our chances of conceiving. And then at the end of the session today, I'm going to share some great resources with you that you can use to really get into your meditation practice, specifically for fertility. All right, so we're going to spend about 10 minutes together today. Please feel free to let me know if you have any questions along the way. I'd love for you to let me know in the comments box if there's anything that I shared today that resonates with you, or if there's anything you'd like to add from your own experience. All right, so the question here today is, can meditation positively impact my fertility? Well, the simple answer to this is yes. And how do we know this? Well, to be clear on why and how this is true, we need to look at the link between stress and fertility, as that is really where the answer lies. So what do we know about stress? Well, we know that stress affects our health, and we know that it affects our physical body. We know that when our cortisol and our adrenaline levels, which are stress hormones, when they stay elevated for long periods of time, that our body's systems and our organs start functioning suboptimally. In other words, they're thrown out of balance. For example, research tells us that stress significantly reduces the probability of conception each day during the fertile window. And we know that women with the highest levels of stress markers are twice as likely as those with the lowest levels to experience infertility. And this is really because stress increases the activity of the HPA axis, and it decreases our reproductive functions. So what we know, and you will have heard me touch on this in other lives, is that stress plays a major part in our fertility and in our reproductive health. All right, so we've gone over how stress affects fertility, but what about meditation and stress? Well, the great news is there are many studies that support the use of meditation as a stress reduction technique. For example, there was a 2021 randomized controlled trial that found that meditation and mindfulness, a specific meditation and mindfulness program, significantly reduced stress in women who've had multiple miscarriages. Okay? And mindfulness practice was also helpful for improving both the mental health and relationships of women who are diagnosed with infertility, as well as those undergoing IVF. So how does meditation work to reduce stress? Well, we know from research that meditation counters some of the negative effects of stress, and it helps to do this by balancing the hormones of the endocrine system in 3 key ways. Number 1, meditation helps to reduce cortisol levels. Now, as I said previously, meditation has shown some really good results in reducing cortisol, but not only that, in one study, it was found to be a significant contributor in the restoration of ovulation. All right, so in 75% of women who were experiencing functional hypothalamic amenorrhea, which in layman terms means a loss of period or a loss of ovulation or a menstrual cycle, right? Meditation was shown to be a significant contributor in the restoration of their ovulation. Now, this is really likely to be because excess cortisol, which is our stress hormone, is responsible for the decrease of the surge of luteinizing hormone, or LH, which triggers ovulation. All right, how else does meditation reduce stress? Well, the second way it helps to do this is that meditation can also reduce insulin resistance. Now, we know that insulin resistance can impair ovulation, and we know that insulin resistance also contributes to the development of PCOS. Now, PCOS, or polycystic ovarian syndrome, makes up to 35% of female infertility cases. But there's been some really, really good research that shows that transcendental meditation, which is just one form of meditation, may reduce insulin resistance in those practicing it. So what it seems is that meditation may work by affecting cortisol's negative influence on our glucose uptake, right, during times of stress. So I hope this makes sense. And if you're someone with PCOS and you're a little bit unsure of what I've just talked about, please just let me know in the comments box and we can answer your questions. And then finally, the third way that meditation can reduce stress is by balancing our reproductive hormones. So what we know is that the endocrine system is always in a fine state of balance, and that low or high cortisol due to stress can throw it out. For example, if you have low progesterone levels, then it may be difficult for an embryo to implant in the uterine lining. So if meditation reduces stress and it helps to balance our endocrine system, then in this way it's going to be helping to improve our chances of conceiving. All right, so to summarize what I've said today, number one, meditation can be helpful for fertility in that it reduces stress because it positively impacts cortisol and it regulates our endocrine system. So it's definitely worth the 10 to 20 minutes per day, I would say. And I know that we're all time poor, and I know that it's difficult to fit in. I know this from personal experience, but I tell all my patients that are trying to conceive that a daily meditation practice is really, really, really important. And I, for one, practice meditation every day. It's been one of the biggest contributors towards putting me into a state of better health. And it's really changed my life for the better. It's improved my health so much. So we have some great fertility meditations for you that you can use daily throughout your cycle to support you on your fertility journey. And if these are going to be useful for you, if you think they might be and you'd like them, then please let me know in the comments box below and I'll get them sent across to you. So that's it for now. I hope that this session has been helpful. If it has, let us know. For more detailed and resourceful info, visit our Facebook group or our Instagram, or sign up to our mailing list at acupuncturepregnancy.com.au. Now, I'll be back next week at the same time. I'm signing off now. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye for now.